It wasn't the best fill, I'm going to be real, but I am just on paper. So I didn't really care too much. I'm on paper today because it's FOMC. Ignore the amount of money I'm using here. It doesn't matter about the money, right? Now, what was I looking at coming into today? So coming into today, I had a bearish stance on ES because we've obviously swept this high. NQ was like stalling at these highs, and then we had some liquidity down here. NQ had a big 4-hour gap here. So I thought, you know what, shorts could be all right because like ES also accumulated some lows here, and then we had all of this liquidity here. I wasn't like thinking this was amazing, but I was thinking, you know what, like, yeah, we could get shorts here today. I definitely wanted to see longs on NQ though. Like NQ longs looked way better to me. So I took this trade just now because what I saw was the fact that my narrative on NQ is to go long. We have the buy side liquidity. We have 4-hour gaps. If, however, ES did start plummeting through this 4-hour gap that I've got marked here, then I would expect it to keep delivering lower, giving NQ the space to draw lower into those 4-hour gaps. But as you can see, price came down here and then we started trading higher again, which tells me straight away that, okay, ES, I kind of had a bearish stance on ES and it's not going bearish. Okay, I have a bullish stance on NQ. I'm going to go to, do you know what? I'm not going to go to break even because it's paper. Let's just see what happens because I still think these highs can get hit. But that would have been a break even trade if it was a real trade. But yeah, regardless, I just want to explain what happened. So once ES started continuing higher here, I was like, okay, cool. My stance on ES was more towards shorts, and it's not giving shorts. It's holding in this 4-hour gap. Exactly what I wanted to see. NQ swept to low, big displacement. Boom, exactly what I want to see, right? That's telling me that ES, even though looked more short, is now holding and trading higher. And NQ, my narrative is long. So when we get a setup on there, we know that both these charts are aligned. I can take longs and it'd be high probability, at least for the break even. So yeah, that was why I took the trade. Pretty straightforward. It's just like comparing the two charts and what you see. So I wasn't sure coming into today what way we was gonna go. We have this 4-hour down here. We have the hourly swing low here. This looks great, right? We look at ES, dipped into this big 4-hour gap here. We run some lows here. So, you know, it did look bullish, but like there was just something telling me that like it was trying to go lower still because we obviously had this 1-hour displacement here. I thought price might come up, tag this high, boom, and then keep selling, take these out, giving NQ the space to deliver back down into this unmitigated 4-hour gap. So that was my bearish stance. So I was watching ES because NQ didn't really have anything to tell me like shorts or whatever. ES was pretty much NQ was pretty much longs only. ES obviously had this really nice high inside of this fair value gap. So when price took that out, I was then watching NQ to see, okay, what happens when we take this high out. I was watching NQ and ES, but I was seeing if NQ then sold hard, which means, okay, well, this price point clearly had some kind of effect on the market. Does ES follow suit? And it did follow suit. But I'm not trying to short NQ because I'm long on NQ. So I was waiting, okay, let's see how we deliver on ES. ES kind of inverted this 1 minute, which is the first sign of bearish trades. But then if we check the 5, we still had this unmitigated gap here. We still had a 10-minute gap there. And we was delivering out this 4-hour. And price just held. It just held. And then as soon as we got this inversion up here, I was like, boom, okay, that's a trade. So I took the long. Would have been break even because it made sense. But yeah, it's FOMC today. So again, it's just a paper trade. But the whole logic is what I was kind of like just coming on here to talk about. The logic was right. It was still a good trade. So yeah, this actually is starting to look more bearish now, you know, because ES is coming in here, and we have this 4-hour gap down here. So there was also probably a 30-second in here. So there was a lot of trades already in today's market, but this is why the BE tactic is pretty important, because it's only valid to the next swing high, which my trade would be. So yeah, this is going to be a loss here, but regardless, I'll just move it down to the lows. But regardless, yeah, the logic was right. And you got to remember that it is FOMC today. And like, if you look at NQ, even though I was looking for longs above this high, the overall draw is like pretty far away. So it's like, that's the overall draw. We've just swept these highs. We've got big displacement. Is 930 really going to be that wild? Probably not, because we're not really close to buy side liquidity. We've got no sell side liquidity. We've just got gaps. So it's like price could really go any direction, which is why we're getting this. You can see we're already going up, down already. So it's already like going to be messy. Plus, you got FOMC. So this is why I'm only paper trading today. I didn't want to take any live trades, but I thought I might as well spend some time on the market, maybe make a lesson out of it, because I don't really like filming my trades when I'm actually trading live at the moment. I like to just, keep it cool, just do what I know I need to do, and then I can talk about them after. But I thought I'd just do a little live trade today. And yeah, like I said, would have been a break even if it was live, which is fine. FOMC day. So yeah, we'll just see. I think we're probably just gonna chop about, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think anyone's trading this morning for the New York AM session, and this is why. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Understand the logic. I wanted you to just hear how a good trader thinks, someone that knows the market, how they think and how they compare the two charts to find high probability setups. And that's pretty much it. So what we done, ES has delivered into this 10-minute gap. If ES inverts this higher, there's going to be a decent trade again, and I think NQ should maybe see some pushes, but again, it's like, I'm not expecting anything to happen right now, so I'm going to pause it and then we'll come back to it. Yeah, guys, to be honest with you, I've literally just noticed we have this low here as well on the 15, which ideally I would have wanted to see that swept. Yeah, that would be the ideal scenario. This was still calm because ES obviously was showing bullishness, so I liked it. But we did have this low, which if I am being picky, I would have wanted to see that manipulated. You can see we've kind of made like a proper low at it, but it's still not too bad. We're getting some continuations here. We still haven't inverted this gap. Let's see what the 2 minute's saying. Okay, so we've inverted 2 minute, but to be honest, that 2 minute's pretty minor when we have this big displacement here. This is the displacement I'm looking at. I will go break even above this higher. All right, guys, so we've inverted this back up now. Obviously, the 4 hour is showing pretty strong bullishness. It's holding. So I do like the idea that NQ will now keep going higher. I don't know where to be honest with you, but I do like going higher. I think it's still probably going to be choppy in my opinion, but I'm pretty sure we blow above this high. So I'm going to go break even at this high. I'm going to go break even at this high. And then, so this could be maybe a re-entry. I actually wouldn't do this I actually wouldn't take this live, obviously, for the reasons I stated earlier. But you can still use the same logic. You know what I'm saying? It's the same logic. It's just like FOMC. We still have these relative equal lows here. But let's say that did get run out. This would be super good. Because that didn't get run out, it's okay. We're obviously holding in this 1 hour on ES as well. So we're not getting... If this started drilling through here, I'd be super happy. I'd be like, yeah, we're pretty long. But it's not. Do you know what I'm saying? So we'll have to just see how price delivers. If ES starts blowing through this, then longs are going to be looking real good. If it doesn't, then we start blowing back down here, then yeah, we're wrong. All right, so I'm going to update you guys. I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking this is definitely bearish. So I'm going to close this trade. And why do I think this is now bearish? Because the 1 hour obviously held right here. We've delivered in this 4 hour. Hasn't really shown too much. Hasn't really shown like too much rejection. Obviously, we know why. Again, it's FOMC. I know I said that a lot of times, but yeah. But like, with the idea that NQ is not like, again, super bullish, because we do have these lows now, and we also have this 4 hour gap down here. With the idea that ES obviously displaced here ahead of 9, came up, delivered into there, and is now being held by that 1 hour and clearly showing bearishness. If we get like some good bearish candles on ES, it's pretty much meaning we're probably going to keep selling. So yeah, I think I'm pretty sure now NQ is going to probably drop, and we're definitely going to get a sweep on these lows and then down into this 4 hour gap. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to press sell. I'm going to put my stop above here, and I'm going to do TP down here again. No live trades. This is just tape reading. But with this held off, we obviously not displacing away. We've got liquidity here. This is pretty much a sell scenario. Before NQ, it does make sense to go short. Go on then. It makes sense to go short on NQ. So let's just see how we ride. I'm just going to put it above these highs. All right, guys, this is exactly what I want to see, to be honest. We got ES selling. I mean, NQ is holding off, but like NQ, the narrative is kind of bullish. So as soon as NQ starts blowing, as soon as it gives up any bullish movement, it should just sell, as long as ES keeps selling, which in my opinion, I think it's going to. So like, I think once NQ catches on, it's gonna just dip pretty hard, literally like it's doing now. So I'm gonna go break even when we run this low here. All right, so there's my break even. I am expecting NQ now to just rip lower. That's what I would like to see, because I think ES is gonna now deliver to liquidity down here, like these lows here, and then NQ can deliver down to this 4 hour gap. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking now. I just want NQ to deliver down to this 4 hour gap, really. And I think ES should probably do it, but I want it to be pretty quick here. Even on FOMC, I feel like this is a situation that should be fairly quick. So it could be like a fact TP1 could be here, depends on the RR, and then the rest will be down here. All right, there's our first TP. So TP1 just got hit. Like I said, I wanted speed, and that's exactly what we're getting. I want ES to start attacking these lows down here, and I want NQ to deliver into this 4 hour gap. All right. So the next time I see this trade is going to be a break even, or it's going to be a TP hit. All right, and there it is. So that was a break even. It did hit TP1 though, so that would have been a win. We would have had a break even here and a win there. On a day like today, that's very good for some partials. Super happy. So that's pretty much it. I hope that was insightful, and you can kind of start to understand what it is like to think like a trader, like who actually knows what they're doing. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I still think we continue going short here. I want NQ to deliver into that 4 hour. That's my narrative for sure now. And I think ES is just going to keep tumbling. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me.